This is called Jump Right In.
Welcome, both of you. We hope that we can continue this audience interaction and bring together some of our favorite audience members and our favorite artists to get us together and have some conversations about what is happening on our stages. It is so good to see you, and I'm going to virtually pass the mic over.
So I am Mary Kay Elliott, former board member and longtime subscriber.
I'm Gail Astrid Buckley. I'm the costume designer for My Fair Lady, and I've designed a bunch of other things at the Lyric.
So I would love for us to jump right into these questions. Mary Kay, what do we have to ask of Gail today?
Okay, so Gail, I loved this production. I thought the costumes made the whole production absolutely over the top. What was it like to costume Eliza Doolittle to help carry the message of her transition, her transformation between, you know, the little flower girl and this lady, My Fair Lady?
Oh, good question. First of all, Jen Ellis, who played Eliza, is amazing and unfortunately incredibly beautiful. And it's really hard to make her look bad. And also because the transformation happens relatively quickly in terms of a play or a musical, you don't have the time to go backstage and, you know, spend an hour redoing her hair and makeup. We decided to wig her for her elegant scene, but in the quick change, we couldn't get the wig on fast enough. So we quickly updid her hair, and then during intermission, we threw the wig on. But hopefully it was close enough and you couldn't really tell.
Did you have fun with it, I guess I'm asking?
I did have fun with it. I especially like that we shifted the period from, you know, the turn of the 20th century to the 1930s, mid-30s, because that was super helpful in terms of being able to do it on the budget. And also super helpful because I love that period of time. I know it's also more approachable, I think. If you're an audience member, a contemporary audience member looking at someone in a really specific period costume, it may be great to look at, but you may not have any idea who that person is. But if they're wearing something you're more familiar with, you'll have a better connection with them. It was a really great cast of people, and, you know, even with poor Cheryl McMahon breaking her arms in the middle of the run, and there was just lots of things.
I forgot about that. Yeah. And what kind of homework did you do? Did you look at other production costumes? Did you try to look at 30s stuff and then other, you know, then older production timelines, or how did you?
I did a lot. I always do a lot of research. Actually, I have my Pinterest board up because I tend to do a lot of research on Pinterest, and I just post everything there because I know where it is. I also have a huge collection of research books in my library here at my house. I did watch the musical. I watched the Cecil Beaton, Audrey Hepburn.
Okay,
that is amazing. So part of the reason why Jen is in a striped dress in the Ascot scene was a nod to that, because that was an amazing costuming feat. And there was no way we were ever going to get close to that.
Anything you would love to costume?
I would love to do Much Ado About Nothing again, because I love that. I had a great time with that. I did that at the Public, actually. But it's such a big cast. It's hard to do that in a smaller space. I love the play Arcadia by Tom Stoppard. I would love to do that play.
As a costumer, what do you worry about happening that would be the worst thing for you in a production?
We were doing She Loves Me. Was the first time I've done She Loves Me twice. I really love that musical, actually. But some of the costumes didn't make it back from the dry cleaner. And I didn't realize it. The wardrobe person didn't actually check them in and didn't realize that some of the costumes were missing until they were needed. So they just pulled whatever they could find in the dressing room and put it on and went on stage. So that is my most.
That's a good one.
thank you both so much for sharing. Gail, thank you so much for taking time. Mary Kay, of course, thank you for taking so much time and for asking all these questions and for giving us a little backstory, especially as someone who wasn't able to be there for My Fair Lady. I really enjoyed getting to hear a little bit of those tidbits. So thank you so much for sharing those. And those are always those like little kernels that I wish all theater artists could share with all of the people on the other side of that fourth wall, just all of those things that are happening backstage. So thank you for being so candid about those, and thank you so much for being a part of the lyric community.
Sure, thank you.